So hey guys, today we're talking to Caroline Back, and Caroline is a hypnotherapist from Rotorua. She specialises in weight loss and has been featured in the Women's Day magazine last year. Yeah, so what this podcast is for, once again, I mentioned on the first one, is just for people starting out in hypnotherapy, for just tips and ideas and things that kind of helped you along the way going to when you started from till now. So just give people basically a rundown of kind of how you got into it, how long you've been doing it for, and things like that.
Okay. Hi. How did I get into it? Well, I actually had the virtual gastric band process done myself. Always struggled with my weight, always, being the big kid or just the one who's got the healthy appetite. And a friend of mine started doing it and started having great results. And I thought, well, pretty much I've done everything else, invented a few things along the way. What have I got to lose, So I did it. And when I started mine, I think, Justine, it was probably just at the start of the first lockdown that we had in New Zealand. So I think we met in face-to-face once, and then the rest of all the sessions and stuff I had was on Zoom. Because obviously lockdown, you can't talk to anybody. And it was just incredible. It was just like a light bulb going on, it was just like, it can't be this easy. I've always struggled with my weight, but it was easy. I was eating a lot less food. I was leaving food on my plate. I never felt hungry. I never had that fear of missing out. If there was cake, I could have a piece if I wanted it, but most of the time I didn't. So during lockdown, not having much else to do apart from lose weight and feel brilliant, I kind of sort of started looking into the power of our minds and what hypnotherapy actually is, and kind of thought, that's a piece of me right there. Do you know what I mean? If I can make even at least one person feel like I felt, then it's awesome. So spoke to Justine, because you're obviously the one who did the original virtual gastric band. So spoke with Justine and got onto the diploma course pretty much as soon as we could after lockdown. You had one organised. So I did that, and there was a good sort of 2 or 3 months wait between the diploma and the advanced, but I just loved it from the get-go. And so how I started off was doing sort of friends and family to start with, to kind of hone my my rapport, because I find that quite easy to get, but to find, to get your pacing right, to get your scripts right, so it doesn't sound like you're just reading from a piece of paper. And then boom, as soon as we went into the advanced, I thought, this is what I'm doing. This is what I want to do for a living. And that's what I did. And I, as you know, Justine, I charged exactly the same as you did from the get-go. And just absolutely, I'm still blown away. So it's not even been, I think I've had my company done since about December 2 years ago. So December 2020. So I've only really been in business for 18 months, if that. I love it.
Absolutely smashed it.
Yeah,
absolutely smashed it, doing really well. So for people that are starting out, what kind of advice would you give people just to get going? Because you've got a good number of clients. You're doing this now as your job full time. To get from like doing the diploma advanced to now, what kind of tips or pointers could you give people that are wanting to do it as quickly and get going as good as you?
And have the confidence in what you're doing. You might not know everything. Nobody, even, you've been doing it for years, you don't know everything. There's always an opportunity to learn. Just one thing is to remember, you're always going to know more than your client.
Yeah. You
can't do any harm with it. So all you can do is improve their lives and improve your own skill set from going. So have the confidence and just do it, because every client you will learn from, the good, the bad, the ugly, what have you, you will learn from it. Get yourself a website, get yourself a presence on social media as well, as much as we all perhaps not particularly keen on it, but that's how you're going to get word of mouth. That's how you're going to find your clients, is Facebook, having a website, getting people to click on your website, and just having that social presence and having that confidence just to do it, that you have the skill set that not everybody has. And, not everybody's as good as you. So that's what you have to do. It's confidence and believing in yourself.
Yeah, and you have some really good success stories with your clients, don't you?
Yeah, huge ones. Yeah, I've got, there's lots of other things that sit in the background, because not everybody's that willing to share their photographs at the moment on social media, so there are lots of other things that I get. The sort of feedback that I get is awesome, and it's just changing these things. I can't believe it's so easy, and you're just like,
yeah,
it is that easy. And it's just kind of that telling them not to overthink it, because if you overthink it,
yeah. So with your first clients, did they come through like friends and family, and then from then on go on to word of mouth?
Yeah, pretty much. What I did was, obviously I saw people like friends and just kind of working on them, but then I got my website up and running. I got the presence on social media, and it was like a referral. So now, before it was very much friends of friends who were coming, whereas now it's it's a good mix, but it's mostly people that I don't know or don't have any connection with in any kind of way. It's just investing that little bit of money into Facebook ads. Don't boost posts either. I've always, because they don't really work. So you do need to pay for the advertising, but it doesn't have to be huge sums of money. Just pick what it is you want to do that, and the clients will come.
Yeah.
Word of mouth is huge.
Yeah. And so with the work that you do, what do you tend to focus on the most? I think we've talked about this with the weight loss, but what do you enjoy?
Well, what I do, obviously, a lot of what I do is the virtual gastric band, but I tell pretty much each and every one of my clients that weight loss is almost secondary to the benefits that you'll get. It's about your client feeling happier, and happier is like a state as well, isn't it? But feeling more content, feeling more in control, just being them true selves. And then if they can lose weight along the way, then brilliant. That they just feel more confident, and just happier, which is awesome.
Yeah, so your biggest tip is just to really get out there and do it, and to
Absolutely
put the effort into social media and getting that presence known, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. And then asking people to write reviews, or and getting them put onto your website and things. And it's you can set up websites, they don't even have to cost anything, do you know what I mean? It's just however much you're wanting to invest in it. But the more professional you can look,
yeah
the better it is for you. And don't be scared because you're only just starting out, that you shouldn't really be charging that much. It's a misnomer that people will go to you because you're cheaper. They won't. So just find a reasonable price that you are happy to work for, because you're not always going to be just starting out, are you? Because give yourself a year, 2 years, you're going to have all that experience, and you're still going to be charging peanuts for it. Nah, go big.
I find that people tend to kind of still want you to charge the same thing that you're charging like 7 years ago. They still think you should be charging that.
Oh yeah, you only charged me $60 last time. It's just like, well, we've moved on from then. It's 200 or 250, moving on, just do it.
The story about Caroline is when she found out what I charged later on, when she was telling me to put my prices up. She's like, Dad, we should be charging more than this. I'm like, this is just
absolutely we should, because the benefits, you get people off that diet mentality, you get them feeling better, and you can't put a price on that. Well, you can, but it's definitely.
Anything else that you want to share with everyone before we sign off?
Oh, probably just have the confidence, as I've said. Just do it. Your skill set will always be more than your clients, and each client is a learning opportunity. So just and take the positive from it, because sometimes you may get hit with a scenario that you think, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, but learn from it, and just because you do know what you're doing. Yeah. So just have the confidence and go for it.
Yeah, awesome. So if anyone does want to chat with you, Caroline, it's all good for them to.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. As I say, I'm on Facebook, they can contact me through you, whatever. Absolutely, more than happy.
Higher Plane Hypnotherapy in Rotorua.
Higherplanehypnotherapy.com.
And if you want to catch up with Caroline's Women's Day too, what month was it?
Oh gosh, October perhaps. It is on my Facebook page. If you kind of scroll back, it is on there. So yeah,
really good article about how the gastric band works and things like that.
Yeah.
Awesome. So thanks heaps for catching up this morning, Caroline.
You're welcome. Thanks, guys. See you later.
I'll catch you later.
Bye, love.
This press.